Okay. My computer clock says it's 1600. That's 4 p.m. Finnish time. So let's get started. Welcome everyone to this admissions information session of the January 2022 admissions for the Doctor of Music degree at the Sibelius Academy. My name is Juha Ojala, and I'm the Vice Dean of Research and Doctoral Education at the Academy. And with me here today, we have the heads of the two doctoral schools, Anu Vehviläinen of Docmus Doctoral School and Saija-Leena Rantanen of Mutri Doctoral School. And we're also joined by the planning specialists of the doctoral schools, Sirpa Järvelä and Hannu Tolvanen. Very glad to see you all here. We're 42 online, and I appreciate your interest in our degree. So, and now, without further ado, I'll give floor to Hannu for the opening presentation.
Thank you, Juha. And briefly, what's going to happen today? First, short description of the studies. There's somebody having the microphone open. So. Goods. Okay, thanks. Then you have some basic information about the application process, what the documents are needed, what are the dates, about the application, and something about how to fund the doctoral studies, because that's the big issue, of course. And then we have reserved quite a lot of time for questions, and hopefully we can find good answers also for these questions. That's the plan, what we are going to do during this next 90 minutes. First, something about our studies. The doctorate is a big thing to do, and where those doctors are going to go after the studies. Our graduates are experts who are capable of high-level creative and critical work. Also, the graduates operate in the demanding art, research, development, and educational positions. Also, as social influencers for ethically sustainable future, and that's one of the strategic points in our university overall. The doctoral studies provide a competence for a wide variety of artistic careers, for teaching, research, and development tasks, as well as for various sectors of societal activity. And to obtain all these skills, we have 3 different doctoral programs, which are, of course, very close with each other, but still there are 3 different lines. And those are art study program, research study program, and applied study program, which is quite unique one in the academic world in this field. Some words about these programs. In the art study program, the objectives are the ability to achieve artistically high level and visionary expression, the ability to achieve conceptually clear production of information, as well as the ability for constructive interaction within the art community, the academic world, and the rest of the society. And to achieve this, the studies, the focus is on independent artistic work with research orientation. And the part of the research orientation has grown during last years quite a lot in our studies. These studies are complemented by studies that enhance conceptual understanding of the field. And what you do, that means the demonstration of proficiency combines artistic and research-oriented approaches. And this demonstration of proficiency should include from 2 to 4 artistic components. And these artistic components, we mean concerts, performances, recordings, etc. And a thesis, which is the research part of this study. The research study program, the objectives are quite the same, but of course the ability is to produce, to have ability to produce high quality information, and also the ability to interact in academic communities and beyond, and ability to integrate into the international research community, as well as the ability to strengthen the status of academic research. And the studies, the focus is on academic research, and complementary studies are concentrated to research skills. But of course, they include communication studies and so forth. And the demonstration proficiency is a traditional dissertation, as it is in the research-oriented universities over all the world. The third one is the applied study program. And the objectives of it are high-level academic, methodological / pedagogical / artistic / technical skills. That means you don't have to be a Superman to do all this, but all these skills reminds a bit of this. The objectives are also the ability to develop new high-level methods, capabilities, materials, and tools, and to critically evaluate, produce, and apply information, and the ability to cooperate with Finnish and international partners in the field and also beyond, as well as the ability to communicate the results of the work to the different audiences. And then in the studies, the students developed specialized knowledge and skills through the music-related research and development project. The degree can have research orientation or an artistic orientation. And the demonstration proficiency can include various components, for example, new and proven methods, application programs, materials or theories. And in this research orientation, it is quite the same as a dissertation in research study program. This was the basics of our study programs. And some basic things you have to apply inside January. And the ending is 31st of January, 4 p.m. Finnish time. And you can't do it later because the system will close during that moment. And you can apply if you have a Master of Music degree or equivalent, but also if you have some other studies and Sibelius Academy assess those studies so that you can be successful candidate in this program. All the needed information hopefully can be found in our website. You have found the website, so it's repetition here to have it. And the application should be put in the study info page. We don't have yet the link to the real application page, but it will be soon coming there. Well, maybe no. If you want to see it, I can show it later, but we can go further with these slides. The documents you need there are personal details and contact information. And depending on what study program you are applying, you should have either postgraduate study plan or research plan or job project plan. It's quite the same for all three, but we have named a bit differently. Also, you have to put there a schedule of doctoral studies, the basic thinking on how long you think that you are going to take to make your studies. Also, you have to put the supportive study plan. In our curriculum, it's said that the demonstration proficiency is 165 ECTS credits, and the supportive studies are 75 credits. Also, you should put their CV, curriculum vitae, or an artistic portfolio. And also in the art study program, you should put the program for your proficiency test and the motivational letter. And here are a bit more explained what are these study plans or research plans or project plans in different study programs. In art study program, you should put artistic components and thesis plan describing the research orientation of the artistic work, the topic and goals and research problem of the project, and also, as mentioned already, portfolio and motivational letter. In the research study program, you should put a research plan outlining the basis and the objectives of the research project, earlier research related to the project, and the topics and research methods of the project. And in the applied study program, there is a project plan, and it's the applicant's objectives in developing as a professional and contributing to her field, the project content and doctoral portfolio. When you are making this project plan, you should contact, hopefully, with one of the relevant professors or supervisors in the field. Here are the listed: the classical music department, doctoral school, i.e. DocMus, doctoral school professors, and also, of course, the head of the doctoral school, Anu, and some university lecturers, which are experts in their field. And this page, you can find this another doctoral school. We have Mutri Doctoral School, Department of Music Education, Jazz and Folk Music, and their professors and their fields also mentioned here. And finally, the results will come in the middle of June, the latest. And because of this pandemic, we still might have to change some dates, but hopefully not. And based on the application, you can get the right to study the degree of Doctor of Music, or you can get an opportunity to be admitted as a preparatory external student. That means that you have some kinds of rights to study, but you are not yet getting the Doctor of Music degree study rights. Or the application can be rejected. And then about the funding and studies. Here are 5 different kind of things mentioned. First, doctoral student positions, which are given by the UniArts, University of Arts Helsinki. Usually these student positions, which means monthly salary for a year or 2 or 3 is not given for the first year students, but there are exceptions also. It's possible, but it's not certain. And we have only a limited number of these kind of vacancies, unfortunately. The second one is for non-EU or European Economic Area citizens, a Finland Fellowship, which I come later. The next slide is about that. And that's the new possibility to fund the studies. Also, Finland is quite a good one with the different kind of foundations which give scholarship for doctoral students. But of course, there might be other foundations outside Finland which can give you some kind of support. And fourth possibility is unfortunately part-time work or savings, which is quite usual way to fund the studies in Finland. When you have get inside the studies and you are in the art study program, you are doing artistic components, concerts, and so forth. There are grants from our doctoral steering group, and that's quite a good thing for those sometimes quite a big expenses of the doctoral concerts. And some brief words about this Finland Fellowship. This is a new one for the outside EU EEA candidates. We got this information approximately 2 weeks ago. This is funding which is it's a salary paid by UniArts, and at least for 1 year. It can be 2 years depending on how well you are going on with your studies, but you have to be non-EU EEA citizen. If you are living in Europe, it's quite difficult for getting that funding. It is impossible. And also you have to move to Finland for the duration of the fellowship position. The application of this funding is very easy because it's done during the same time you apply for the studies. There's a check point in the application form that you have to just put your mark, and that is the application then for the Finland Fellowship.